Hello, 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 and welcome to Books to Boom Your Business. This is Dr. Lotus Rashay. We've got a great bumper for you. I got to show you this bumper from the guest that we previously had until we get ready to show you our new bumper for the guest we're having today. Here goes, and welcome to the show. Fantastic, and welcome back. Let's see, let me get me spotlighted. Hey everybody, and welcome back to Books to Boom Your Business. Let me see if I can get this off my little face right here, so you guys will see me looking over on my other shoulder. We've got a myriad of huge monitors here, so it helps myself and my staff and everybody here just make sure we're getting everything done and I can see everything. So listen, I'm Dr. Lotus Rashay. I am the host of the Lotus Rashay Ignite Show News you can use and bring who you are, but also Books to Boom Your Business. And today I am super happy that I am here to help everybody around the world meet spectacular authors and speakers who actually have books out or who's working on a book or who's got a book coming to help people all around the world to boom their business, and not just as an entrepreneur, but the business of life. Because let's face it, if we don't boom in our own private lives, how in the world can we boom in business? It's quite hard to do. But with no further ado, again, I want to welcome you to Books to Boom Your Business. We have a wonderful, wonderful guest that's with us right now. And of course, you'll see some of the guests in the Zoom. And if you want to come in the Zoom as well, we're going to invite you to come into the Zoom too. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab this Zoom link. Pow. You can see what I'm doing. Pow. I'm copying that, right? So now I'm going to put it right here. So if you want to come into the Zoom, feel free to come into the Zoom with us and join us and get to know some of the people that are here and also share your information of how we can help you and how you can help us boom our business and our life. So with no further ado, I see folks are chiming in already. Hey there, Tamar. Great to see you. And again, welcome to the 5th installment of Books to Boom Your Business. You know, it's just a pleasure having all of you here and grabbing your virtual seats. It's time for all of you to ignite and take flight. Where? In every area of your life. Why? Because if you don't really ignite and take flight in every area of your life, who's going to do it for you? So before we get started, I want to talk to you about the power of reading. And the power of reading couldn't be more emphasized. And it isn't uncommon that people, especially people who do well in life, what do? They read. See, I bet we can still remember the first time we read or we were read to by our parents, by our teachers, by our friends, uncles, aunts, grandmoms, grandpops, whomever. How words were spoken to us and how we enchanted by them. We were like kind of mesmerized by them. That is being really introduced to reading, to another way of understanding and viewing the world. In the long run, we all accumulated what we've read over the years, and we know that reading is part of our success. And sometimes not reading can be a part of failure. So we welcome you, everyone around the world, to the 5th installment of this webinar series. And it's just been making so much change, positive change all around the world in people's private lives and in business, right? From the comfort of your own home. We're helping people not just to survive, but to thrive. Now, you might say, does reading books make you successful, Dr. Lotus? You bet. Socioeconomist Randall Bell says that those who read 7 or more books per year are more than 122, count it, 122% more likely to be millionaires, or as opposed to those who never read a book. Okay. Typically, they oftentimes don't do so well. Not to say that they don't succeed, because many people do. But we found by statistical data that we do better when we read. The 4 cornerstones of success: me, we, do, be. You can do, you can be, you can have anything you want. But oftentimes it's about what's in your mind. And that is why you'll be empowered by today's guests. They are authors of books that will not only boom your business, but your health and your personality as well. You'll be treated with golden nuggets that you can put right in your pocket and carry along with you, because this information is worth its weight in gold. So I'd like you to go ahead and hang on to your seat. And for those of you that might come a little late, go ahead and put this on what we call repeat. So as we do a little something to kind of pay homage and pay the bills, I'd like to share with you that you can do this too. So with no further ado, I want to say thank you to our past guests before we get started. So join me with saying thank you to Mr. Velton Showell and Miss Brenda Robles. Here's a video for you. Right. So I always say gratitude is the best attitude. Why is gratitude the best attitude? It's simple. Gratitude is the best attitude because I say it's the elixir to poverty. You don't have to be poor in spirit or poor in mind. All you have to do is have a little bit of gratitude, because a little bit of gratitude will take you a very long way. So now that we've thanked our past guests, we are going to jump right in and talk about our current guest and our young man, Mr. Harris. He's going to share our video from our new guest. Mr. Harris, go ahead and spotlight. You know, everybody wants to get their business booming. They want to get their business booming. They want to get their business booming right where they are and globally. Well, guess what? There are books that can help you get your business booming. And I am Dr. Lotus Richey from Lotus Richey Ignite, coaching and consulting, and I'm here to bring to you speakers, authors, and change makers that's going to help you get your business booming. So come on in and get in where you fit in, because I've got amazing speakers like Mr. Elliot Heflin. How you doing? Great to have you here.
Straight to you on this free, check it out, free webinar on books to get your business going. Guess what? We're going global because we're going to also show it on Facebook Live. So we'll see you there. Get in where you fit in and get books that get your business moving. I'll see you on the other side.
I love the music. I love how things work out. So listen, with no further ado, I want to tell you a little bit about one of the young ladies that's going to be speaking to you in our 1 o'clock segment. And then she's going to be back for the 5 o'clock segment. She's going to be with us for about 20 or 30 minutes to talk more about her book so that you can be sure to get that book. So this young lady, she's a pharmacist by trade. She's a care provider. She focuses on health, and she's had the esteemed pleasure to write a book that is featured as one of the #1 best-selling books in the country. And she had the pleasure of writing her book with Mr. Raymond Aaron. And you guys know he's a #1 New York Times best-selling author. So he wouldn't write with just anyone, but he wrote with Miss Phyllis Weaver. Why? Because she's phenomenal and she knows what she's talking about. This is her business, healthcare. And when I say healthcare, she focuses on people just like you and me that may have diabetes, that might need help with eating, proper diet, and lifestyle. And here today, she's with us and she's going to share the stage with us as she talks about books to boom her business and what brought her here. So let's see if I can get her spotlighted to help me with books to boom your business. So let me add her to the spotlight. Hey there, how are you?
Hi there. Thank you for having me. This is an honor to be on your show for Books to Boom Your Business. Thank you so much.
Oh,
for everyone coming to see us.
Well, we are super delighted to have you here. I can't thank you enough. I know you've been doing a lot of stuff on the planet to help people really, one, make their life better and also help grow their business in such a sustainable way that it's not something they're just doing for now, but it's something that they can do continually. So thank you so much. So Miss Phyllis Weaver, let's get right into it. Can you tell the folks that are here, tell them a little bit about you, a little bit about your credentials, and then let's get right into your book and tell us about your book and how it can be beneficial to us. Reverse diabetes.
Hi, I'm Phyllis M. Weaver. I'm a pharmacist and also I have a master's in biology and a degree also in psychology. So I'm pretty much well-rounded so that I'm better able to communicate with people from all different walks of life and to also have that additional biological background along with the chemistry background. So that being said, I also have a mastery in health coaching and life coaching. And so I am now a transformational wellness coach and consultant. And I decided to write this book because, for one, I had experience not with diabetes, having hyperdiabetes. I younger had hypodiabetes,
right?
Where hypoglycemia, where I had low glucose levels, and it would cause me to pass out, and I had all kinds of problems with my organs and everything. And so I was told that as I got older, it could flip over to diabetes, type 2 diabetes. Mm-hmm. But thankfully, because I have always been conscious about my diet and fitness, it didn't go in that direction. But what did happen was I was diagnosed with lupus and a bunch of other autoimmune issues, which led me to do some deep study, and I came up with a program that's called Habit. And the Habit program is the basis for the book that I've written on diabetes. And one of the reasons why I decided to write on diabetes is because it affects so many people in my family. I have friends with diabetes, and it is just reaching all over the world.
Yes.
It's causing so much damage to people's lives. So that's why I got started with that.
Wow. So I'd like to jump in for a second, if I may, and ask about the program that you created called Habit. And I like the word that you use, habit, because it's unequivocal. A habit is something that we do several times. And there are studies that purport this. If you do something a number of times, it becomes a habit. And when we have great habits, oftentimes we can create great situations. So what made you call it a habit? And tell us a little bit more about the program and how people can get involved with you to get into this program.
Okay, well, it kind of came about because I was trying to think of a way that was of a word or a program that was easy to remember, that also related to what I was doing. And the habit program is acronyms for a health assessment that has to be done first, because you have to have that baseline so you know where to go. And then the next is having accountability. So that's where the A comes in. So you always need an accountability partner, whether it's a friend or family or somebody, but you need to have that one person to make sure you're on track. And then the B is for breakthrough. That's when you're finally, making a decision. Hey, I'm going to do this. And I've tried some of these steps and I'm seeing a little bit of headway. And so I'm getting a breakthrough. And then integration is the I. And so at that point, you've learned all of these different steps that I've taught in the program, whether it has to do with the nutrition, the exercise, the stress management, sleep, just a whole smorgasbord of lifestyle changes. And so you've made that decision that you are now using all of that information. So it's all integrated to who you are. And so the final step is the T, and that's the transformation. And that's when you like, yes, I did it. I did it. I did it. I went through all of this. It wasn't something that happened overnight, but you just have to keep on pushing and pushing and pushing it. And everybody's results are different, from each other. I can say that this program worked for me, and it has worked for others. But, nothing is guaranteed. But you should get something better, something positive, some type of positive result by following this program. And the way to become a part of it is just to contact me. You can contact me on my website, which is www.discoverultimatehealth.com. So that's one way that you can get in touch with me and to be a part of this transformational program to help reverse the symptoms of diabetes, and sometimes ultimately totally reverse it completely. And that's the goal. That's the goal.
Awesome. So I heard you talk about the H, but I think I missed what the H stood for.
Well, the H is for the health part of assessment, health assessment.
So I like how you broke that down, because first you got to get a health assessment to know where you are. And then you talked about, I think you said breakthrough. Is that right?
Yes, I talked about accountability and then the breakthrough.
So the health assessment, realizing where you are first and foremost, because you can't do anything about something if you don't know what it is. And if you don't really come to the realization that, hey, something's broke and it needs to be fixed. And then you actually take accountability for yourself. you take the reins, so to speak. And then once you start taking the reins and people are working with you, because I know you've worked with several people, and even yourself, you lost what, 60 pounds, 100 pounds, but it all came from accountability. And then you had that breakthrough, which was amazing. And then you started integrating different things that helped facilitate the change in your life. And then you started seeing transformation. And not only did you start seeing it and feeling it and thinking it and behaving in a transformative way, you were able to share the light with other people. And you are a living example that people can have the breakthrough that they need. But it all starts with really getting that first health assessment, really being accountable, and then really just making sure that we take these things and we make it a habit, so we do have the breakthroughs, we integrate, and then we transform. So that is totally amazing. So thank you for sharing that. Amazing stuff. So with that being said, I know that you said people can contact you directly at www.discoverultimatehealth.com, and it's right there below, everybody. You can see it at the bottom of the screen. They can contact you for that. Now, I got to ask you this, because I know that in your book talks about a myriad of things. Now, do you help people with a diet plan? And I don't want to say diet, I want to say a lifestyle plan of how to eat and how to exercise, and even really go a even deeper dive and really start talking about what it is that's going on in their heart and mind, because we know that when we think negative, it affects us on a cellular level, and we become negative, and it's a breeding place for disease. So tell us a little bit about how you run your program.
Okay, yes, the program does it does include some meal plans. I have some inside the book. I actually have a week of sample meals,
right?
And it's breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 7 days. So it's just an example of the types of changes that you need to make in your diet. And yes, you are so right. I also have sample exercises.
Yes.
Because there's some exercises that diabetics have to be kind of careful about, because a lot of times you're going through that that neuropathy.
Yes.
And so you have to be really careful that you don't injure your joints or injure any of your limbs, because maybe you might have some weakness or whatever. So you really have to be careful the types of exercises that you do. And then as far as, yes, you have that mental part, because as a diabetic, there's so many things that's on your mind. You especially if you are insulin dependent,
right?
You have to always know when your meals are, what type of meals you're going to have, because you have to use that insulin, inject that insulin, depending on when you're going to have your meals and how much you're going to eat.
Right.
If you're going to maybe have something that's really not on your protocol, like a slice of cake or something like that, you really have to adjust your insulin. And then you have those other issues. You think about, having diabetes can affect different organ systems. You might be concerned about your blood pressure, having kidney disease. And actually diabetes is one of the major causes of eye problems. It can cause blindness, and there's so many ways that diabetes affects you. And so you sometimes you don't feel good. You're tired. When you're at work, you might be in one of those positions that is just so stressful. And the more stress you're under, the more it affects your blood sugar. Right. Then that kicks up the cortisol, and then that affects whether your it causes, what do you call it, insulin resistance, and then you start gaining weight. It's just so much going on with that. It affects your sleep, all of these different things. And so sometimes when you might have to maybe miss some days from work or leave early, and then you have to deal with all of that stuff at work with your employers not wanting to understand, because all they care about is, we need you here, we need a body, we need you to work, and you're just going to have to deal with it. And sometimes you have to miss days, and then they threaten to fire you. I mean, it's all kinds of things. And then you have your family and your friends, all the other things, and sometimes you have to miss out on functions because you don't feel well. And then you do have to pull yourself out of that mental thing, because you have a lot of things going on in your head. And the last thing that you want to be concerned about is, wow, my mother had diabetes and she lost a toe. My uncle had diabetes and he's now on dialysis. And all those types of things. You wonder, is this the road that I'm headed? Right. And so there, with me out there, you don't have to do that. You don't have to go that way, because I use this program for me, and I'm not lying. I was so sick one time. I was on over 22 medications. Almost every single organ system was shutting down. I had migraines every single day, multiple times a day, and it was so much pain. I would pass out on the floor. I'd wake up and then be crawling on the floor, and nothing that the doctors were giving me was working. Nothing. No injections, no tablets, no injections in my neck, nothing. And so, and then it was just hard, and I was still trying to work on top of that. And so it took me 3 years to come up with this program, 3 years of research. And, I could go on about this for a long time. But long story short, I'm not on all those medications anymore. And I did lose about 70 pounds of stress weight. And I no longer have fibromyalgia, rheumatoid arthritis, mixed connective tissue disorder. And I'm sure there's some more. I'm just not going to say them all. But I use this to up-level my health, because I decided that I didn't want to be another statistic like my parents. And, they were used to eating a certain way because that's how they were, kind of brought up. Right. And so my mother ended up having high blood pressure and heart, enlarged heart, and she was on dialysis for over 10 years. And my father was a diabetic, and he had heart disease, and he passed away from heart disease. So all of that being said, I did not want that life to be me. And I want to affect other people's lives if possible.
Wow. I love that. I love that. So, you've said so much in this short amount of time. But what I'm hearing that rings through loud and clear is our food, let thy food be thy medicine. And it really starts with us. We have got to start from an internal perspective. And so we're going to take a quick break, everybody. And then we're going to come back. We've got some folks in our Zoom room. We want to say hi to Tracy Terry. We want to say hi to the other folks that we have, and all of you all around the world that's jumping in. BB Tabone, it's great to see you. She's got a couple wonderful books out. So BB, definitely want to have you on Books to Boom Your Business. We can't wait to see you. And the doctor hostess with the mostest, Mr. Elliot Heflin. He's a scientist, robotics. We are happy to have you here. And everybody that's here, we are happy to have you here. We've got Carnasia all the way out of Newark, New Jersey. We've got Miss Tracy out of LA. So we are happy to have each and every one of you here. And we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back. And when we come back, okay, we want to kind of go right back to Miss Phyllis. And then after that, we're going to go and have a word from Miss Cornasia if she'd like to, Miss Terry or Miss Allen, whoever would like to have a quick word before we wrap up here in a short minute. And for those of you that's just coming on, we have today a double header of Books to Boom Your Business, one at 1 o'clock, one at 5 o'clock. And we just wanted to take some time to really sit with Miss Phyllis because she focuses on health and well-being. And she's got a fabulous new book out. It is featured. It's a #1 best-selling book. And guess what? The forwarding author, Mr. Raymond Aaron, he's a #1 New York Times best-selling author. Guess what? He wanted to be in this book with her. You know why? Because her book is so phenomenal. And her book, Miss Phyllis Weaver's book, is changing lives all around the world. And guess what? I have the amazing pleasure to have her on Books to Boom Your Business right here for you to help you change your life from the inside out so that what's going on the inside can help you shine on the outside. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
You know, everybody wants to get their business booming. They want to get their business booming. They want to get their where they are and where they are. Well, guess what? Well, there are books that can help you get your business booming. And Dr. Lotus Shea, nice coaching and consulting. And I'm here bring to you speakers, authors, change makers that's going to help you get your business booming. So come on in and get in because I've got amazing speakers like coming straight to you on this free. Check it out. Webinar on Get Your Business Booming. Guess what? We're going global. We're gonna also show it Facebook Live. We'll see you there. Get it where you fit it. Get booked. Get your business. See you.
Woo! That's right. Books to Boom Your Business. All right, I love it. Welcome back, everybody. For those of you that's just joining us, you're going to have to hit the replay or be sure to come back at 5 o'clock this afternoon when we're bringing back the phenomenally incredible Miss Phyllis Weaver, the author of what? Tell them, Miss Weaver.
Reverse Diabetes Now, the proven 365-day technique.
That's right. And folks, she's a pharmacist. She's a master health coach. She's a speaker. She's an author. She's an event host. But most importantly, she is a child of the Most High. And she's here today to talk with us about just booming our business from the inside out, which is here, our temple. And so you've shared so many amazing things and you've talked about your program that you've designed. But we are going to talk to the audience right now and even folks here in the Zoom with us. And we're going to go right to Miss Tracy Terry in a moment. And I want to acknowledge some folks because we got folks coming in from all over the world. And look who's here. Dr. Nala Baraki. She's going to be here at 5 o'clock. You don't want to miss it. With fear is a good thing. And yes, the book is off the chains. But I got some secret sauce, baby. What? I got some secret sauce. Dr. Baraki has another book that's coming out. And she is going to tell us about that book, Secret Sauce, baby, right here on Books to Boom Your Business. And so with no further ado, I got to go right here to Angie. Angie says, Phyllis is a great wealth of information on health and wellness. Can't wait to attend her future courses and webinars. And look, I hope that she comes back here and does a webinar right here You got to buy her ticket whenever she sells it. If I can get her to come back to Books to Boom Your Business and do it right here. And BB Sabone, hey, BB, it's great to see you. My Latin sister all the way from Canada. She's here from Canada. Great to see you. So we got some folks here from Los Angeles and all over the world. So let's go ahead and spotlight Miss Tracy Terry. You see me looking this way? I'm looking right at Tracy. Miss Tracy Terry, we're going to bring you in, and please tell us who you are, what you do, and go ahead and ask Miss Phyllis a question. Make it a hard one because you know she's like a brainiac. Ask her a question so we can share because our time is dwindling. But guess what? We have got to get her in the hot seat. So welcome again, Miss Tracy Terry. How you doing? Turn your mic on, darling. Just click right there on the monitor. And then I saw Miss Snelling. I thought I saw her up there. Vanessa Snellings. When you can, we'd like you to come on the screen because you'll be next if you like to. And then Miss Cornasia, and then whoever else got a question for Miss Phyllis. We're going to keep her in the hot seat for a couple minutes. So, Miss Tracy, it's all yours.
Hi. So I'm glad to be here, and I can't wait to read her book to find out more so that I can also prevent from the dreaded disease of having diabetes.
Yes.
So when does your program start, Phyllis?
I actually have a program is set. I haven't chosen a date yet. I was waiting for more feedback from everyone, but I think it may be sometime in April.
Awesome.
So don't make my questions too hard.
Awesome. So I wanted to jump right in, Miss Tracy, because you and I talked earlier, and I know a little bit about what you do. You help entrepreneurs all around the world get business credit and things of that nature. And a lot of times people are really under stress, especially entrepreneurs who don't know how to have business credit and all that and do what they need to do to self-sustain their business. But a lot of times, because of the worry, it trickles down and it affects them on a cellular level.
Yes.
And they don't pay attention to their best diet. They don't pay attention to those things. So as a business owner yourself and a person that trains people how to have business credit, if you were talking to somebody about business credit, what would you say, one, about business credit? And what would you say, two, about having great health and getting to know Miss Phyllis Weaver?
Number one, having business credit, I would say that is an absolute must, and that you would want to get business credit without a personal guarantee.
Mm-hmm.
And that once you get the worries of having the finances to run your business and grow your business, then that will help you with your stress level and also help to improve your health. And so they go hand in hand.
All right. I love it. Because here's the thing. When you are stressed about your finances, because that's really what it boils down to. When you're stressed about your finances, it's really hard for you to eat right, to think straight. And again, it affects us on a cellular level. So, Miss Phyllis, what would you tell people if they were going to try to get their business credit straight and how to really commingle that with the best business of being healthy?
You would work something up like that, wouldn't you? Well, just like what Ms. Terry had said, when your finances are kind of not where you want to be, especially when you're a business owner, and you know that you may be one who have to purchase products,
right,
and and have like an inventory, and you don't have the credit line that you like, and you don't want to use your personal credit. So by meeting Miss Terry and her telling you how to go about having business credit, so you don't have to use your own, because your own credit might be kind of whack, and then your finances, you may not have amount of funds that you need for your business to grow and be successful. You have a vision, but without money to back it, sometimes it's just it makes it difficult. It prolongs your progress when you don't have that financial backing. And when you have all of that going on, it does mess with your mental state. It blocks your positivity. You're always worrying about how I'm going to pay this bill. I really want this product to work, but I don't even have the money right now to put the labels on it to make it look pretty. And so, you have those kind of things. And then you might not be eating properly, because you want to save your money for your business, and you may not be buying the best foods. And so with that, and then you're with the worrying, you're not sleeping, all of that comes into play, and it affects your health. And one show I had mentioned, there was a study done that sleep is actually more important than the food.
Yes, that's amazing.
When I found that study, it really shocked me. So a lot of people will say, well, I really don't need that much sleep. Well, your body may be used to you having a little bit of sleep, but realistically, from a physiological way, you do need more sleep, because it takes a number of hours for you to even get to that REM sleep. Which is the sleep that really helps your body to restore itself. And you need extra hours for your cells to start to rejuvenate. And so, you might could go on 3 hours of sleep, and you can keep on doing that. But, when some people don't realize that it's affecting them, but along the line, it will. I know I did that for over 8 years. It really will. It caught up with me.
Wow.
You can't, some people can do it for longer, but I lived on about 3 hours of sleep for 8 years straight, and it can come back and bite you for sure.
Yep. So that's so true. So, Dr. Nyla Baraki said that was a great question. And BB says your whole system goes inside out. And that's phenomenal, because I've had the opportunity to look at the book, and it is very, very robust. And it really helps people to think about their health. And you don't just give them a schematic, you give them a green print so they can get to the pay dirt, so that they can really turn their lives around. You give them the schematic, but you give them that extra added so that they can get there. And then we have Kenny Lucari. I hope I'm saying that right. Thank you for the hearts. We absolutely love Miss Phyllis Weaver and the work she's doing on the planet. So hi, Kennedy. We are happy that you're here. And let us know if you have a book. We'd love to bring you on. And with no further ado, I want to tell you about this. Tonight, when Dr. Nyla Baraki comes here, she's going to be talking about Unstoppable is the new book, available now on Amazon. So thank you for sharing, and thank you for sharing, Dr. Baraki. So listen, how can people get your book? We want to know how people can get your book, because we know we talked about it earlier. And as you see down here in the stream, we want you to connect with Miss Phyllis Weaver. But here's the thing, Miss Phyllis Weaver, we want to know how to get that book. How do we get it?
Well, right now the book is on Amazon. So just look for Phyllis M. Weaver, and just go on Amazon and look for the book. Reverse Diabetes Now, the Proven 365-Day Technique, and it's also on Kindle, and that's a great feature. And I found out recently that you don't have to have a Kindle tablet.
What?
You can go to your app store, and download Amazon Kindle, and that's for free. So you can use that Kindle app, and then just purchase the Kindle off of Amazon, the Kindle version, and then you can see go through the book with Kindle. So that's you have two different options to do that. And one great thing about the Kindle is that's in color.
That's awesome.
Later on, I'm going to have some printed paperback in color, but right now what's on Amazon is black and white.
All right. I love it. I love it. And so for those of you that want to get that book, go ahead and get that book today. You can see it right here on the lower part of the screen. This is where you go on Amazon, get that book today. And if you get that book today, no, not if. What do we say, Tracy? When you get that book, let us know that you've got that book and that you've seen it and heard about it on this show, Books to Boom Your Business with Dr. Lourdes Richey, Miss Phyllis Weaver, and of course, we had a special guest pop in today, Miss Tracy Terry is here today, of course, and of course, the remarkably amazing Dr. Baraki. She's going to be here at 5. Make sure you let us know that you saw it here on the show, and our show, Books to Boom Your Business, might just be sending you a t-shirt. Okay, so, but you got to let us know that you bought the book after hearing it on this Books to Boom Your Business webinar. So with no further ado, I'm going to ask Miss Vanessa Snellings, do you have anything that you want to say? Anybody else want to put her in the hot seat? Even our audience around the world, we see you chiming in. Angie says, we need it. We love it. We want more of it. Phyllis and her services. Thank you, Coach Phyllis. I love it. And BB all the way from Canada says, Kindle also saves the page you left out on. Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, with no further ado, Miss Phyllis, I want to go right to you. I want to highlight you. We want to know, what are your final words of wisdom before we close this segment out? What are your final words of wisdom to people? Because let's face it, you know, you said, and you can see it right down below, you said that eating healthy, it helped you. And because of it, you created your program called Habit. And the Habit program helped you to really focus and do your own health assessment. It helped you to be accountable to yourself, to make the breakthrough, and to integrate the things that you know you needed to do to cause transformation. And that people can connect with you, be a part of your program by going to www, right here below, folks, www.discoverultimatehealth.com. And so with that said, I've given you some nuggets, but now as we get ready to close out, we're going to give you some words of wisdom. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back, and the next voice you're going to hear will be Miss Phyllis Weaver with Words of Wisdom. Be right back. You know, everybody wants to get their business. They want to get their business booming. They want to get their business booming. And where they are. Well, guess what? There are books that can help you get your business booming. I am Dr. Lourdes Richey, coach, and I'm here to you, bring speakers and change makers that's going to help you get your business booming. So come on in and get in where you fit in, because I've got amazing speakers like coming straight to you on this check it out webinar on books on your business going. Guess what? We're going global. We're going to also show it Facebook Live. So we'll see you there. Get in where you fit it. Books and get your business. We'll see you on the other side. All right, no further ado. Thank you for joining the webinar and show. And here goes Miss Phyllis Weaver with more words or final words of wisdom for this segment, because she'll be back at 5. All right.
Okay, so ready for me? Well, one thing I want to say, I don't know if you all are aware of this, but almost 500 million people globally have diabetes. And of that, about 1 million people die from complications related to diabetes. And in the United States, there are about 37 million Americans who are challenged with diabetes. And I just want to say, it doesn't have to be like that. That if you just change one thing, just do one thing at a time, it can make a lifetime change. Just one change, it can just change your whole life, your whole health. And I just want you to just think about it. What do you have to lose to try just to make a change? Whether it's removing one thing that's not good for your health, like remove some caffeine, or remove some pork, or something like that. But the main thing is to make sure that you are eating more vegetables, less meat, drinking more water, and getting more sleep, and coming up with ways to relieve your stress. Figure out what makes you happy. What do you do that's fun? What type of activity do you have? What kind of hobby that you have that helps you relieve your stress? That makes a whole world of difference. And the other thing is to get my book, because this book is a book to create awareness about your health and to have a system for you to follow. And then I'm like a partner with you. I'm there for you. I give you steps, and then I give you like assignments. This is interactive. And so I want to give you that hope and inspiration and courage that you can do this and that your health is worth it. So that's my final thing is, love yourself enough that you want to make a change to be the best that you can be humanly. And so that's it. That's all I got right now.
Wow. Oh, look, that's a lot. And you have, you've done so much. Come on, everybody, let's give it up for Miss Phyllis Weaver. And so, with no further ado, I got one question for you. What's next?
Oh, wow.
5 o'clock, right? That's what's next. 5 o'clock.
Yeah. You gotta give me a few hours to think.
So we'll be bringing Miss Phyllis Weaver back at 5 o'clock. So if you've got any questions, anything going on in your own personal health or in the health of someone that you know, love, and care about, bring that question to us today at 5. And if fear is keeping you back from doing the things that you want to do, that you know you should do, that you could be doing, but fear is holding you back, hold on to your seat, and don't forget to put this baby on repeat, because Dr. Nayala Baraki is going to be here. I got all tongue twisted, honey. It's going to be so good. She's going to be here with us too tonight, and she's going to talk about fear is a good thing. And so when you take getting yourself together from the inside out and facing your fears and commingling them, there is nothing that you cannot do. And to all of our viewers around the world, all the people in our Zoom, all the people that's watching all around the world, we appreciate you, we thank you, and we love you, because guess what? Books to Boom Your Business isn't just about the business, the greenbacks. It's about the business of life. And if you be about your business and you do it with support and with the right techniques and strategies, you can do just about anything. So again, I welcome you. Please follow Miss Phyllis on Facebook. Please follow her on Instagram. Follow her on every social media out there, and make sure you grab that book, because the book is filled with golden nuggets that's going to help support you and keep you strong. And thank you again from Books to Boom Your Business. We love you and we appreciate you, and we will see you next time. Oh, and by the way, I was told we have not because we asked not. So I'm going to say, if you would like to support this broadcast, please feel free to support us with your love gift. however you want. You can support us on Zelle. You can support us on by Zelle, PayPal, Cash App, what have you. It's right down below. But most importantly, support yourself and grab that book. And we've got a couple comments. I would be remiss if I didn't say hey to Angela Elton. She says, woo, woo, Brenda Flores Robles, she's here. Great advice. And thank you, Tamara. Thank you so much. BB, thank you so much. And everybody out there, we thank you. Until 5 p.m. today, make sure you do what you can do with books to boom your business in your personal life and in your private life. We'll see you later and have a great day. You know, everybody wants to get their business booming. You know, everybody wants to get their business booming right where they are get their business globally. Right where they are and globally. There are books that can help you get your business booming. Dr. Lotus Consulting brings you here speakers, authors, and change makers that's going to help you make your business boom. So come on in and get in where you fit in. I've got amazing speakers like coming straight to you on this free, check it out, free webinar on books. Guess what? We're going global because we're gonna also show it on Facebook Live. So we'll see you there. So get in where you're there. Get in where you're fitting. That get your CU on the other side.